Hey everybody, Dylan Distraction here, coming to you live from Batlantic Studios. Thought I'd do a quick back to the drawing board, talk about comic book shorts on my drawing table, and continue talking and inking this. Hope everyone's having a great day. I don't know what day it is. Monday? Tuesday? I'm not sure. Hope everyone's having a great week, great month. It's my birthday month. That's right. January 27th is my birthday, so please write happy birthday in the comments. I'd appreciate it. Nice to know people are watching, people are checking out these videos and enjoying them. Let me know if you like the longer content or shorter content, whatever you're into. Happy to kind of cater the videos to what people are interested in seeing. So I'm going to go through with these Tombow pens and just kind of work on doing some line work. You can see the blue line's pretty rough. Nothing super precious about this. Honestly, it's just kind of something to kind of zone out and draw while I talk and shoot video. I don't know if this will be used for anything. I've been working a lot digitally, and even some of the drawings I've done, like this one, I reworked it digitally and I added a lot to it. I might go back through and re-ink it. Honestly, I might just kind of add more inks because I found that the inking feels kind of timid to me, which I don't love that. It just, I think it's because I've been working digitally so much, and when I'm working digitally in Procreate, I feel like I'm kind of sculpting it, if that makes any sense, where I'm able to go through and add and subtract inks, and there's a, I don't know, a quality to that that I haven't been able to completely capture in my traditional pencils, pens, paper. But I think it's more interesting to watch me draw traditionally on video, so that's why I'm doing these like this. But you know, with any of this stuff, it's just for fun and to practice and to get better at being a comic book creator and better as an artist. So nothing's precious, nothing's set in stone. It's just paper. If for some reason I don't like it, I'll just toss it out and start over. I'm not on any deadlines. No one's hiring me to do this. So this is all just for a future Kickstarter campaign, which I'm hoping to launch in a couple months, possibly. So definitely go to DylanAndrewsArt.com, sign up for my emails, sign up at MakeComicsCool.com. That's my Patreon. I try to share a lot of stuff there. So I'm definitely really in 2025 focusing on those, being active, being proactive, being more consistent with this sort of content, because I do like talking on video. I do like drawing, obviously, and if there's a way I can draw and talk and get people excited about my projects and get people to support my work, that would be the best, because I love drawing and making comics, and it costs money to print and ship and make comics. So that is the goal, is to continue to generate revenue so that I can continue to make comics. I'm going to make comics forever anyway, but nice to be able to pay for them, you know, not just have them sitting in a box. I'd like to be able to print them and distribute them out to people. That would be cool. So hopefully hopefully you're excited about that too. Hopefully whatever you're working on, you're thrilled, making awesome stuff. Yeah, I'm not really sure where I'm going with this. This is one of those drawings that I was gonna go back through and pencil it really tightly and then kind of go from there, but I don't know. I just was like, just jump into it, see how it goes. It's already kind of starting to become kind of a mess, but whatever. It's just ink. We're just practicing lines. It's really hard sometimes with these sort of vague shapes and outlines. When I want it to be kind of a texture, I want there to be a good amount of black and white and contrast. What I'm going to do is continue to go through with these two Tombow brush pens, and then this one. This is a straight up brush. So I'm going to go in and if I get the top popped off of this one, maybe I'll start doing that now, just to kind of see what it's going to look like. Open it off to the side so I don't splatter ink everywhere. Yes, this one's going to come through, and we're going to really go in and really try to punch up the contrast, because with this last drawing I did, it felt timid. It felt like I didn't really push it far enough. you know, if you're only going to have line work, if there's not going to be any gray wash or gradient, you got to really make sure that that line work is interesting, you know, visually got some good variety or depth or something. Because like with this one, I'm looking at some of these lines here. I'll even do it right now. So I'm looking at some of this right here, and I'm like, that's kind of weak. Like, why wouldn't you just boom, bam, right? And have that connect up into there. Really kind of flare that out a little bit and have this come down a little bit more. And I think it was just I was using that thinner brush, and so I didn't really push that, but like that even looks better already. Like being too worried about it, too precious with it. Like you gotta really just get in there and throw some ink around. Even if it's doesn't come out the way you intended, at least you got some shapes here that are kind of got something. So stuff like this coming through, just black stuff out, right? Batman the Animated Series, Bruce Timm, black it out. Stuff like this. See, I like that better already. Right? Even just that, adding those little doopy-doos in, like, oh yeah, that feels more solid. The figure works, and even just, I don't want to drag my coat through it, but like this, there, whatever, good. Being too precious with it, being too safe. Get in there, throw some ink around. If he's gonna be angry, make him look angry. All the artists I like, they do bold, active lines, energy. I was doing these sort of weak. That's better. I like that better already. See, even just doing some stuff like that, it feels improved. So I'm going to continue. I might even just go back through and add in more stuff. I just didn't want it to feel timid. So that, I like that better. So there you go. So good lesson there. And there's no right or wrong way to do it. You know, that one I might have worked it just enough. This one I might overwork it. You know, it's just kind of, every piece is different. Every experience working on something is slightly different. Just kind of have fun with it. Don't worry about it. And again, it gets me back to like that Ramita stuff, where those guys were trying to hit deadlines. Like they had to do big, bold, even that. See, even just throwing in those black lines, that feels like it helps to have a little bit of something. Give me something. Like I need something interesting here. It just looks flat. That's the last thing I want. I don't want it to be boring. I want it to have some bounce, some life, some energy. So yeah, that feels good. This feels like I'm going in the right direction. Who knows? It might go off the rails. But right now, I'm feeling progress is being made. But again, I don't want to just focus on one side. Let's try to mix it up. So that's looking good. Happy with how that's going. Let's switch over to the other side here. Try to get a good balance across that bottom zone of light to dark and texture and shape. And have it be cool looking. Throw in more of these weird eyes. And this is going to be a scene from issue 2 of Nuke Force, my creator-owned comic book series, Nuke Force. MakeComicSchool.com, Dylan Andrews Art, Batlantic Store, Batlantic Studios. Super thrilled that I'm going to be doing a Kickstarter for this series coming up this year. I think it's gonna be great. Hope it's great. Hope everybody's still excited about creator-owned independent comic books and crowdfunding. I've been enjoying less crowdfunded books, but more big two. Like I've been enjoying Batman. Absolute Batman has been really great. I've enjoyed Absolute Wonder Woman, Absolute Superman. Those have been really fun. I don't know how long I'll stick with Absolute Superman. That one I'm hoping kind of starts getting, I don't know, it seems like it's been on Krypton now for a while, which I guess is part of that first arc because they're on Krypton, but it just is like, doesn't seem like a Superman book to me. I don't know, like maybe it just feels like different, which is what they're going for. Obviously they wanted something different, and I think it's cool. I am enjoying it, but I don't know how long I need to be on Krypton. But who knows? It is funny because it is a Superboy book. Like, they should have called it Superboy. Absolute Superboy book. But it's good. I'm sticking with it. For a while at least. Really enjoyed the All Winter Deathstroke. I've only read the first issue, but I got all of them, and I'm looking forward to just sitting down and going through that whole series. Because that stuff, I'm a Deathstroke fan, and so seeing him in like a sword and sorcery kind of book, it really thought it looked cool. In that Dark Knight's metal. Alright, this is looking interesting. I don't know. It definitely wasn't what I was intending. I'm starting to get really noodly with it. I was thinking it'd be... I might just black it all out. Honestly, would that be terrible if I spent all this time doing line work and then I'm like, this is all black. Let's see how it goes. I don't think anybody cared. Maybe I'm wrong. So yeah, school starts this week, classes this week. So that's awesome. Back at school. Love that. Good to be back. And it's January, which is always kind of a rough month. It's just so cold out. But you just kind of have to take it for what it is, enjoy it for what it is, not get too stressed out about it. Don't get too worked up. It's just going to be cold and dark. Enjoy that for the time it's cold and dark. There's some other books I'm reading. I've been really enjoying buying Transformers. So I've been enjoying action figures. I've been trying not to be wild and crazy and going wild with action figures. I definitely have too many action figures for being a 45-year-old man. But I do like action figures, and so I always have. And so been really enjoying Transformers. I love Transformers. The original cartoon I love, and the Skybound book, comic, Skybound series, so good. Daniel Warren Johnson crushing it. Been really enjoying that series. So, and I really liked what's the other one? The Void Rivals. Void Rivals were great. So those I've really enjoyed. And it's fun because I love all that classic nostalgia, 80s. Of course, the G.I. Joe stuff, the Larry Hama G.I. Joe stuff is great. Really enjoying seeing Paul Pelletier get to do some issues on that. This G.I. Joe, just great. Such a classic, iconic version. So that's been really, really fun to see all that. All right, so these are gonna look like this. And I read the new Aquaman, and I'm intrigued. I'm interested to see where the new Aquaman is going. I hope it's good. The first issue seemed like a good Aquaman comic to me. I mean, I love the Jeff Johns Aquaman, Paul Pelletier Aquaman. I mean, that stuff was really good. I don't know why I don't know how they weren't able to keep that. I mean, Aquaman seems like a top tier character to me. It seems like an A-lister to me. Why wouldn't you just run with that? Like, I don't know why it's had so many stops and starts. I guess just not a consistent book, and it hasn't even been published for a while now. So the fact that it's back, and I think it's Jeremy Adams writing it. He's a great writer, so I hope they're able to steady the ship and keep that book on the shelf. I've subscribed to it, so hopefully they're able to get to 12 issues, because I've pre-purchased 12. I highly suggest everybody that, if you don't have a local comic shop, or like me, you just can't get to a local comic shop anymore. The DC subscriptions, they're through Midtown. Great, works great. They just mail it to you. It's like an old plastic bag. It's not super well protected, but I haven't had any problems with any of the books I've gotten so far. And it lets you order all of the issues. So you're like, oh yeah, give me a year of them, just mail them to me, and then I'll just kind of read them when I can. I thought it's been really, really nice. So I highly suggest everybody check that out. I bought a subscription to JSA because I love that. I don't know who has seen the Stargirl show that was on CW. It was a great show, and it really it feels like that, like the Stargirl show, which I love. And so, yeah, great art team. The writing's really solid. A bunch of old, JSA characters. Like, yeah, it's really good. So I've been enjoying that. And I got a subscription to that. I'm like, yeah, just mail them to me. And then Aquaman, I got a subscription to Aquaman. And then the other one I'm going to get the Hush Batman subscription. I just kind of want to see what that's going to look like. And what else did I get? Absolute Batman, for sure. And those are kind of the ones I'm currently excited about. Once they announce more Absolute books, I'll check them out. I don't know if I'll be into them. I guess there's going to be a Green Lantern and a Martian Manhunter and a Flash. I'll, give them a shot, but it has to be something I think is going to be something I'm going to want 12 issues of. But the Aquaman for sure. And JSA, yeah, I'm all in on that one. That's great. Hope it makes 12 issues. I think it will. Oh, and the Mark Waid, Chris Samnee, Batman and Robin Year One. That one, for sure. And I actually made a comment on a Samnee post. I'm like, you're doing all 12 issues, right? He's like, yep. I was like, oh, thank God. Because that's the worst, is when you're like, nice, I subscribed to 12 issues. And he's like, cool, I'm off the book in 4. I'm like, oh, man. It's like, gosh, darn it. I hope someone else good takes over. Yeah, and I haven't seen a lot of crowdfunded books lately that I'm getting. I just haven't seen them or been into it or noticed anybody doing any that I thought was cool. Hopefully people still like that. I just haven't gotten any lately that I thought I was excited about. I hope that it doesn't mean crowdfunding is less popular just because I'm using it less. But I don't know. Tell me in the comments. I'd love to hear. Are you excited about crowdfunded books? Are there crowdfunded books that you're currently looking forward to getting? If not, why have you not supported crowdfunding funded comics lately? Is there a reason? Is there something that you're unhappy about, or you're just waiting for the right book to come along? Is it Nuke Force? Have you been saving all your money for Nuke Force? I hope so. I'm going to have some sketch cover options. I'm going to have some comic books. Hope you're excited about Nuke Force. I'm excited about Nuke Force. I'm going to cut some of this in with some white. I think that'll look nice. Yeah, this is kind of going somewhere. There's something here. Kind of fun. Give me something to talk about while I draw. So I made a playlist of the best albums. I think. The best albums 1980 to 2000. My top 11 best albums. And stay tuned, because in the next video I will share with you my top 11 best albums, or albums that I thought were the best that I heard, that I enjoyed, that changed the way I think, changed my life. 1980 to 2000 has to fit into that zone. Nothing beyond 2000, nothing previous to 1980 for me. And albums that just blew my mind. I couldn't narrow it down to 10, so I chose 11. So there's 11 albums. My top 11. And I'll let you know what they are in the next video. Like, subscribe, share, comment, thumbs up. Nuke Force. Dylan Andrews Art. Dylan Distraction. Make comics cool. Okay, thanks. Bye.